What are some of your questions or concerns about moving to Winston-Salem? Leave those in the comments below. I'll answer them there, or maybe even make a video about those. In this video, I'm going to talk about 10 things you'll need to know if you're thinking about moving here. And if I missed something, if you're in Winston now, drop those down below too. And if you need help buying or selling real estate, my contact information is down there too. The first thing you should know if you're thinking about moving to Winston-Salem is many of the people that live here aren't from here. North Carolina is a growth state, and the Triad area in Winston-Salem is a growth region within North Carolina. So people are moving here from all over the country and world for that matter. I've helped dozens and dozens of them myself, and what that means for you is you're going to find your community. There are going to be people that have similar interests that are just getting moved in here, that are looking for friend groups, and the people here are really, really friendly. So if they haven't just moved here, they likely have come here from somewhere else, so you'll find your community in Winston-Salem. The next thing is there are plenty of activities for everyone in Winston-Salem. If you like urban spaces, we have Innovation Corridor, Bailey Park, there's an arts district, we have a downtown area. If you're into the outdoors, the city maintains 79 parks and 25 miles of greenways. There is Salem Lake, which has a 7-mile walking or bike trail around it. There is other great hiking and mountain biking that's nearby. For a city of its size, we have a good sports scene going on. We don't have professional sports in Winston-Salem, but we do have the Dash, which is our semi-pro baseball team, and Wake Forest University has tons of college sports. So activities for everyone. Next thing I want to talk about, what you should know, is the downtown area continues to grow. Actually, right now, there's about $1 billion in development going on right now. People tell me from 10 years ago, you can't even recognize it from what it used to be, and I'm excited just to how it continues to grow. The Innovation Corridor is expanding. It's going to be called IQ2. Those are going to have parks, mixed-use buildings. It's going to maintain a lot of different green space. There's also condo developments, apartments, mixed-use buildings, and a lot of just exciting stuff going downtown, museums and the whole lot. The downtown area continues to grow and get better and better. Next thing I want to talk about is the food and drink scene in Winston-Salem. Winston-Salem has over 70 different restaurants, and those range from everything, like fine dining at 600 Degrees or Jeffrey Adams to the, hole-in-the-wall taco shop or hot dog joint and everything in between. Winston-Salem has a really, really good variety of restaurants, and a lot of them are independently owned. So you have the, chef owners are there working every day. We have some of the chains and stuff too, but we have a really good independent restaurant scene in Winston-Salem as well. We have a lot of different bars and breweries. Again, they run the gamut from, a dive bar to a cool place just to go hang out and have a drink to really nice cocktail bars. And wine country in the Yadkin Valley is just about 30 minutes outside of Winston-Salem. So the food and drink scene, one of my favorite things, is really growing here, and it's really starting to come into its own. So I'm excited to see how that continues to grow. Next thing you want to know about is traffic and the Beltway. First is traffic. I'm just going to call it a lack of traffic. I know people say in the comments, don't at me, and I've seen it online before that, Winston-Salem has a lot of traffic, and I just honestly, I just don't see it. You'll see, if you ever drive down here, or look on Google Maps and check the different drive times, we have a very small rush hour. It's, a half hour, and then it's basically dissipated. Around the holidays, the malls get crowded and stuff like that, but no real traffic to speak of. It's super easy to get around. And speaking of easy to get around, the Beltway is a construction project that you should know about. It's going to be a highway loop that's going to go basically around the city. Going to make it really easy to get from the suburbs into the city, or, from one side to the other if you need to do that. It's going to be bordered on the east around Kernersville, north around Rural Hall, and in the west around the Louisville-Clemens area. So that's going to be a loop around there. So if you're thinking about buying real estate, you should check that proximity to the Beltway, because there is going to be some construction going on there over the next few years. So that's important to take a look at if you don't want to live too close to the Beltway. Next thing that you should know about in Winston-Salem is the weather. The weather here, most of the year is really nice. And I mean, fall is a stunner. It's the deal sealer. If you come here and visit in the fall, you might not go back. It's just gorgeous in the fall. Spring is really awesome too. Springtime in Winston-Salem is really beautiful as well. Summer is hot. There's no way around it. July and August are pretty hot. Now, I will say, in the 3+ years that I've lived here, it's only gotten over 100 degrees about 3 times, I believe. So it's not like scorching hot, but it is hot and it does get muggy. But the other nice thing about this area of being far enough north in the south. Even during the hot summer days, it cools off nicely at night. I mean, it's not, 90 to 100 degrees at nighttime, so it cools off really nicely at night. Winter here is, we see a lot of 50-degree days. I mean, it does get cold in the 20s and 30s sometimes. It's usually not really sustained. There's about 10 days or 2 weeks where it gets pretty cold, but then, usually we start seeing warm-ups again. And the next thing I want to talk about, if, living right in the city of Winston-Salem itself is not for you, the suburbs and even just the small towns that surround Winston-Salem are really, really diverse and unique. They have everything from, historical homes in Bethania to a lot of, more of the new construction homes in Kernersville, Clemens, and Louisville to, upscale communities and gated communities, golf course communities. So there's the suburbs and small towns surrounding Winston-Salem offer something that's really desirable if you're not one that wants to live right in the city. Check out some of those suburbs and small towns. All right, the next thing about Winston-Salem that I want to talk about is the schools. Schools in Winston-Salem are consistently highly ranked. There are some pockets of some really excellent public schools here, as well as some really, really sought after, nationally ranked private schools too. So do some due diligence. The school system is run by the county, so it's Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools. Do some research on the schools, and you'll see a lot of them have really good rankings. They have great student to teacher ratios, some newer buildings, and overall I've been really happy with the school system. Clients that I've helped move here tell me the same thing. The next thing you should know if you're thinking about moving to Winston-Salem is the job situation here. Winston-Salem was just named one of the best cities in the country to start a business, and it has long had a strong startup and tech scene for a city of its size, like really, really strong. It attracts a lot of small and startup companies, but it's also well known for financial services with like Wells Fargo and Truist Bank. The healthcare industry is the largest employer overall, with the, highly ranked hospitals and Wake Forest with their School of Medicine. There's a lot of healthcare jobs here. And then we also have big businesses like Reynolds American or Hanes Brands. We have Collins Aerospace and other large corporations as well. And with the growth that we're seeing in Winston-Salem and the surrounding area, we also have a lot of openings for blue-collar jobs. And the manufacturing here is expanding, but if you're in, construction, electrician, plumbing, heating and air, or, manufacturing jobs, that's a strong area for growth as well. So the overall jobs outlook in Winston-Salem is really, really strong. It's always ranked one of the top in the country for net job growth and for overall economic outlook. And the 10th one that I want to tell you about, if you're thinking about moving to Winston-Salem, is that it's starting to grow in the national rankings. Overall, I feel like the city still flies under the radar a little bit, but it is starting to get some recognition on some of these national lists. Livability has it number 65, I believe, for best places in the country to live, but it's also on a lot of top 50 national lists. Again, ranked in the top 50 in the entire country for best places to raise a family or best places to start a business. It always gets high rankings in diversity, both racial and economic diversity, and is also in the top 50 in the entire United States for best cities to buy a house in. So Winston-Salem overall, like I said, is a dynamic, growing city. It's growing not too fast, but it is growing, and I've come to really enjoy it here. If you're thinking about buying or selling real estate in Winston-Salem, I'd love to be a resource for you. You can email me at jeff@govalentino.com. Thanks.